Hi. Excuse me. Hi, this is Takocos, and I'm going to be playing the NES version of Wario's Woods today. I know that it is super, super loud. I've been fooling around with the levels for a long time, and I just cannot figure out how to get it adjusted properly. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I've got the mic kind of like right up in my face, so the sound quality is going to be poor, but at least you'll be able to hear it, is what I'm going for here today. Now, I've never played this. I played the Super Nintendo version to death. Like, I love that game. I'm not sure how this is going to play out on a regular Nintendo, because it doesn't have enough buttons to adequately play the game on the controller. But we're going to find out. We're going to head off to Wario's Woods in all of its 8-bit glory. And we're going to see what's going down. It seems like there's an opening cutscene hidden amongst these tutorial levels. They look very similar to what I'm used to seeing from the Super Nintendo. The fairy actually looks better, I think. I think the sprite art on her is better. Wanda, by the way, I believe is her name. If it's not, I'm stealing that from Fairly Odd Parents and just believing it to be the case. So we're gonna head in and see what this game is like. Got round game, time race, versus, lessons mode, and options. Versus, maybe? Is this a verse com, or is this... No, you have to have 2 players here. So, we're gonna do the round game for a couple levels, and see what that's like. Again, I am super curious to know what this is gonna be like. Game type A or B. I'm not sure what the difference is, so we're gonna go with A. We're gonna go to round 1. Oh, she's got little fairy dust, too. Okay, let's see if B does. Yep. Okay, so, it's not letting me move left. That's great. I'm gonna have to go in and calibrate this. Now, I didn't record the calibration, but let's see if it did anything. Oh, yeah, I can't. Okay, you just can't kick, I guess. All you can do is pick up monsters. That is gonna hurt me. That's gonna hurt me a lot, because I'm used to being able to do that. Yeah, I keep trying to do it. That is awful. Wait, did he do it? I saw him kick. How did he kick? Let's take a minute here and see what's going on. Oh, that's great. Let's see. I thought I saw him kick. Maybe if I hold it down? Maybe if I hold this down. No. Okay. Well, as you can see from the graphics, there's no layering here at all. So there's no background on these levels. So, that's... when you're used to it and it's not there, that's aggravating. The game plays pretty much how you would expect, except that you don't have... Well, damn. I got distracted. But you don't have all the moves that you're used to having. So, that's annoying. Sprite art, like I said before, pretty good to be 8-bit. I believe, and I might be wrong, that this game was the last game released for the NES. Because it was really, really late in the development. Grab it, Toad, come on. Okay, I don't know what that was about. He won't pick up the diamond. You must not be able to pick him up in this one. I don't know what the difference is. He acts like it's struggling, like it's hurting him to pick it up. So there's another difference. That is super inconvenient, because those diamonds are very, very useful. Hell, I kept forgetting I couldn't kick. Okay, there is a, the difficulty is significantly increased because of the lack of, movement that you're used to. Also, if you've not played a lot of games on the NES, there is a lag that is just, par for the course. Ah, damn it, I can't kick! How do I keep forgetting it? Like, I know it's a thing. But it is bad aggravating. when I get up on, levels that are gonna have other monsters that don't just blow up willy-nilly, that's gonna be an even bigger problem. Because, some of them you have to do, like, diagonally. You can't just, and some of them you have to blow up twice in a row. And not being able to move those diamonds, and not being able to kick, especially, is, very, very detrimental to the gameplay. Oh, I don't... What are you doing here? Go home or be crushed. Those cutscenes are not in the, Super Nintendo version. So that's interesting. I guess that's them trying to make up for the gameplay mechanics. If you had played this one first, and they came out at the same time, it was a dual launch, kind of like Breath of the Wild is, and then you played the Super Nintendo one, your ass would be blown away by the difference. By how much better and how much more freedom of movement and stuff you had in the Super Nintendo. Can I even... Now, I don't know why the hell you can't move the diamonds. That's really weird to me. Like, a lot of this stuff I could just be fine with. Like, I'm fine with the lack of background. You know, I've played many a game on the Super Nintendo. I don't have unrealistic expectations. And I get why the control scheme is different, because I guess it's just hard to implement certain things when you just flat out don't have the buttons for them. But the diamond is weird. Also, you might notice this, there's no voice acting. In the Super Nintendo game, Birdo will say things to encourage you, as you go about your journey here. She'll say, like, cool, and good job, and stuff like that. She does not do that here. So, it's one of those things you wouldn't notice if you weren't already used to it, but if you were already used to it, it's very, very noticeable that that's not the case. If I get a yellow, I can do a double, and I'll show you that there's no voice acting. Come on. Probably shouldn't have wasted all that time. Oh, and it looks like Wario is palette swapped for some reason. It's like a photo negative. So I'm not sure what that's about either. That's an interesting choice, because it's the same color palette, but it's swapped. So I'm not sure what that's about, because it's not a color issue. Yeah, it's not a color issue, it's just literally they swapped his palette to like a photo negative creepypasta version. I don't know why the hell that is. Don't know why that would be. If I were to review this game, I would tell you just go ahead and get it on Super Nintendo, or just not get it at all. Because what is missing is, it's very obvious and very detrimental to gameplay. Like, there's not a lot missing, but what is missing is important. And I mean, I understand system limitations, but you can play games like Zelda 2 on this system. We're not gonna blame this on the limitations of the hardware. Because some of this shit is just weird. Like the not being able to pick up the diamond. That's harder to program than it would be to just give it the same moveset as every other interactable object. I'm curious to know which of these games was developed first. given the way they play. This kind of feels, it's almost like playing a prototype. Like, the art direction is different, like with some of the sprites, like the Fairy, I like that one better. And the monsters are pretty similar. You can tell that they're just, the same monsters running on more limited hardware. So to have art this good and... like, the gameplay is similar. It's just I got spoiled on the SNES. Really is what that boils down to. The immovable diamonds, though, just really off-putting. I will say, though, about the Fairy that, I think that the reason they might have made that change, if in fact this was developed first, which I get the vibe that that's the case, I might be wrong. Don't underestimate me. I'll get you yet, Toad! It's like the Wicked Witch of the West over here. But I believe her, she matches the crow less, and that might be why they chose to go with that direction. Yeah, let's get this, and then we'll get a twofer. Damn it, didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. The music is also pretty similar. Yeah, she does. She matches the crow less, and I think that's probably why they changed it in the Super Nintendo one. Some of the sprite art is less cute than you're used to seeing later on in those same series. Like, and more detailed. Like when I was playing The Legend of Zelda, the Super Nintendo one, A Link to the Past, the fairies in that game look like fairies. Like they look humanoid. Damn it. I don't know what that noise meant. And again, I know it's a hardware limitation, but I really am missing Birdo's voice at this point. I'm so used to hearing her speak to me and encourage me that it's putting me off not having her there. She's my friend and companion in this journey, and I definitely feel that companionship missing when it's not there. Damn it! And also, if you're used to playing NES games, you know that there is a delay between the controller input and between the actual response time, and I'm not accounting for that well. I did when I played stuff on the Nintendo when I was used to it, but I'm having a difficult time doing it now because I've been away from it for so long, and that's just me. That's not the fault of the NES. I don't know why Wario was swapped like that, though. Was he swapped like that in the cutscenes? When we get to the next cutscene, we'll have to watch and see if he is. Let's just pile all those up. Don't know why it's giving me so many pinks. Shit ton of pink. Not even a particularly helpful color. The pace on this seems like it's slower, but that might just be because it's an earlier level, and I got kind of used to the later levels in the Super Nintendo. But also, the thwomp up there does not look like a traditional Mario thwomp. It's different. And it's different in a way wherein I couldn't tell you exactly what was different about it, but that is very noticeable. When I try to hit up to lose bombs or anything else that I'm holding, it seems very unresponsive. So I don't know if it's just that I can't do that or if I'm doing it incorrectly. Not being able to move those diamonds is killing me. No, it'll do it. I don't know why I was having problems with it earlier. I don't know what my issue was. Toad's very squat here, isn't he? He's like a dwarven version of himself. Like a D&D, dwarf type of body. Even though the diamonds are less useful for me, I still find myself wanting them and trying to get them. Even though I don't feel like it's gonna do a whole lot to help me progress the game. And see, this is annoying. Come on. Well, I guess that worked out. It's difficult because you have to put stuff down where you can't kick. Had I had this version and not the one that I had in my childhood, I feel like it probably would not have been my favorite puzzle game. It's a very, very big, very, very noticeable difference in terms of actual gameplay. And it doesn't seem like it would be, but it's mostly just the fact that you are missing the ability to kick. That's a much bigger deal than I ever realized, to be able to do that and do it properly. It's a huge difference. Oh my god. And not being able to lift the diamonds as well is a huge difference. I want to get to another cutscene because I want to see what Wario looks like. Oh, this is going to be very difficult. I don't think I showed you these in the other game, but these, the red and purple creatures here have to be bombed twice in a row to kill them. One bomb won't do it. So, you have to kind of stock up. That was, again, I tried to hit up, and it made the noise like it accepted it, but it didn't accept the controller input. And I'm unsure. I need to get these together because trying to get a solitary one of these is, you need like 4 bombs to do. It's very annoying and difficult. What round am I on? Okay, in 2 more we'll see the cutscene and we'll see if Wario's palette swap's still. That's just very odd to me. I can't think of a reason that would have been the case. I don't know why I wanted it to be over in that spot in particular. That didn't do me no good. Sometimes I'll get stuff in my head in this game and it messes me up because I don't need it to be the way that I like want it to be. Was that not enough to get... In the instances where you would, in the Super Nintendo game, hear Birdo's voice, you instead hear those little sounds like that trilly, like, a minute ago. And I'm just gonna tell you right now that I much prefer Birdo's voice. That worked out well, I guess, if nothing else. Not being able to move the diamonds. Super annoying. Why is that even red? Like, what? And I can't kick that out of my way. See, again, it's that I'm used to it, and it's not there. Like, maybe if I had played this one first, and then I went to the... Yeah, he's palette swap there, too. I'm warning you, Shroom. One more step. And you're toast! Another very, very noticeable difference is that this game does not have a versus comm in the multiplayer mode, which is what I did my other Let's Play video on. And I mentioned there that it wasn't as fun as it was when I was younger and I would play with, you know, other human beings. But there are, you know, circumstances where it's 3 in the morning, you just want to get nostalgic and play this video game from your childhood, and you don't have anybody who would want to play it with you, and you should still be able to do that. I don't think it's wrong to want to play a game like that by yourself. There's all kinds of reasons people wouldn't want to play multiplayer games. Especially when it's couch multiplayer like this, because I know the older you get, the more difficult it is to get your friends together, because everybody has got shit going on, they gotta do, you know, they got their own children that they gotta deal with. It's more difficult, than it would have been. I would have had this in, grade school. It's real easy to get your friends together in grade school, because all you do is you're like, hey, you wanna come over after school? Yeah, if my mom says I can. And a lot of my friends, because I'm from such a rural area, I was probably kin to anyway. Like, my best friends were my cousins. And so it was really easy to get together. People lament that, how it seems like, it's not that you grow apart, because a lot of people will be like, oh, I've grown apart from my friends. It's just that you've got shit to do. You can't, you know, your work schedules are going to be different. When you're going to school and you're young, it's really easy to, because you're all going, you know, schools have standardized hours in the US, so regardless of where you go to school, even if you and your friends don't go to school together, you will have similar hours. But then once you start working and stuff, it's completely different depending on where you work. Like, if I'm doing taxes, come tax season, it's very, very busy, and then during the off-season, it's not as busy at all. I can get together and, you know, much easier at certain times of the year. And those are going to be different for everyone. But my point is that I miss verse comm mode on this. It didn't have it. I actually miss, though, just to get old lady-ish for a second, back in the day, when video games multiplayer was not online, it was meant for people that were, like, next to you. And I don't dislike online gaming. I understand that that's a lot easier. It goes in hand with what I said about, you know, being able to get together. It's a lot easier to be able to get together with people when you have online compatibility, but I do think that it would be nice if more games incorporated both, so that you could do what they call couch multiplayer, I think is what they're calling it now, and also have the online multiplayer. I don't think that would be very difficult to implement. But I honestly, if you want my honest opinion, if we're being real, think that the reason that that's not done so much is because you don't have to pay extra for couch multiplayer. You don't have to pay Xbox Live to be able to play your buddy sitting next to you. If you're having like a girls' night and you just want to play like a party game, like say you want to play Mario Kart, you don't have to pay to do that. Ah, hell, I forgot I couldn't pick. But I think that's why it's not implemented more. I think it's a money scheme. again, that's not to say that, I dislike online multiplayer. I absolutely don't dislike online multiplayer, because, after college, you know, a lot of people like move off and stuff, and I've got people that live in different states that I can play with, because of online multiplayer. I'm just saying that it would be nice to have the option to do either or. That some games don't give you that. And I sure as hell think that multiplayer should always be an option, and multi-save games should always be an option. Like, when I found out that that new Zelda game's only got one save file, I'm talking about pissed off. It's bullshit. You just buy a new Switch and a new Zelda for everybody that wants to play it? Some crazy shit, like $700. Nobody wants to do that. Yeah, that's fine, Yellow. People just ain't got money to do that shit. We got a recession on. Maybe somewhere, but like, not in this area. I like the way the music shifts. Things I didn't mean to do for 900, Alex. I'll tell you something I am glad that games started doing, though, that is also fairly recent, is this concept of, like, an easy mode. I know there's the phrase, like, let me just explain to y'all that video games were not rated on difficulty until I was an adult. And, I've heard the phrase Nintendo hard paired around. I've met kids that don't know what grinding is. I think Grinder's an app. Back in the day, like, okay, you know how if you play, like, a modern game, like, say you're playing, I don't know, like an RPG, like, and the boss will be scaled to your current level? That's not a thing that we used to do. Like, as a concept, that was not a thing. And I'm glad that it was introduced as a thing, because I feel like it opens up, I want to say, like, gaming culture, like, let's pretend that's a thing, to people who might not have the skill level that would be required of them back in my day. Like, tutorial levels even are kind of a new concept. But video games are really the only kind of media that one can be bad at. You can't... there are certain games that I will play for story. Like, specifically for the story. Like, Room Factory, one of my favorite games, has an amazing, you know, story. It's an any RPG. You can play it for story. It's the only kind of media where you could be trying to get a story out of something and have part of it banned to you because you're not good at it. It's the only kind of media, really, that you can be bad at. I think I mentioned that when I worked at the water park when I was in high school, the big game at the time was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and the game Final Fantasy VII. They came out around the same time. And everyone was obsessed with them. It was back in the, like, live journal days. And you go on there and get your, you'd get your, like, Sephiroth Cloud / fiction. That's what people liked. And people would come to the water park and they would say to me, hey Gina, I like this game, but I can't beat it. Would you please beat the water temple for me? And I would say, yeah, sure. And then I would beat it, which is kind of weird because you go to the water park to get your water temple beaten. But a lot of people I worked with there too. But the difficulty on games, like, I feel like has dropped due to consumer demand. And I feel like that's lowering a bar so that people who don't necessarily have, like, the hand-eye coordination to beat a game still get to beat the game. They still get to get the story from the game. And especially games that have, like, multiple levels of difficulty, so if you need the challenge to have fun, which I can understand because, like, I've been gaming a long time, and I don't need my handheld and walk through everything the way that, some people might want to have it done. Having the ability to skip that introductory level or that easy task, a lot of games have implemented that as well, and I think it just, it opens up a lot of doors. It allows games to be accessed by people who are just, of differing skill levels, differing experiences. And some games, you can change them on the fly. Like, it's either Guitar Hero or Rock Band. Yeah. Used to go to, like, parties where people play video games. Because I'm lame, and that's the kind of parties I went to. Don't go to, like, the frickin' drug parties. We go to LAN parties and shit, play Halo. Used to have, like, 4 different TVs set up, in different rooms, in one house where the party was taking place. And, you go to those different, this is, again, back when when multiplayer was the couch multiplayer. You'd set them up on different TVs, and then you go into the different rooms of the house. And that's how you played, like, Xbox One games back in the day. Called them LAN parties, because you needed a landline. That's how we rolled. And I realize when I say shit like that, it makes me sound really old, but, like, it was fun, because you had everybody over. You go and you go to, like, Taco Bell, you get, like, a box of tacos for, like, very inexpensive, like, or you go to, to a particularly shitty pizza place, like Little Caesars. And Little Caesars might get pissed at me for that, but, like, you know what you are. You're not Pizza Hut. You know goddamn well what you're doing. So I'm not, I don't feel bad about saying that. Forgot where I was going with that. Oh, video game difficulty and how it has changed for the better. The only issue with that is I feel like some people, especially because esports is now a thing, esports didn't used to be a thing, get on this high horse where they're like, you couldn't beat the water temple, therefore I'm a better person than you. Like, because I'm better at a video game, and it's like, of all the things to brag about, you're gonna brag that you're good at a video game. But that's a real thing that I've seen the people do, and that's weird to me. You know, I will say, though, on the concept of things being Nintendo hard, fucking Skyward Sword, man. I don't even think that was on purpose. I think that was just the shitty controls. Y'all gonna get real tired of me bitching about Skyward Sword's controls, but I will bitch about that till the day I die, because I'm still pissed about it. That had one of the best stories of any Zelda game. I couldn't play the goddamn thing. And the reason that pisses me off is because I couldn't play the goddamn thing. Me. Like, and as I mentioned before, I was the person that, you know, other people would bring their cartridges to and be like, can you play this for me? So if I can't play the goddamn thing, that means that there are people out there who are getting denied that gaming experience because of the controls. And that's why I feel that that should not be the case. point of video games is to have fun. If you're getting frustrated and you're not having fun, like when I was younger, I'll tell you a second, I'm still in a good mood. If you back off now, I won't break you. He's like shaking his fist at me like that. He's got a shake weight. But yeah, what I was saying before is that the point of video games is to have fun. They're an art form. They're they're not meant to fight about or to like bitch about. And so when I was younger, see, my mom was also a gamer. Like, my mom had an Atari from like the 70s and like an Intellivision, a bunch of stuff like that. And we would play those things. She had a shit ton of games too. We'd play like Pitfall and Freeway, where you play like the bird and you run across the freeway, and for some reason the second controller, if the bird gets hit, it doesn't die, but on the first controller, if the bird gets hit, it dies. And there was a Mario game for one of her systems. I'm thinking it was the Atari, maybe the 2600, the 5200. But she had a rule that if you got mad and you started like hollering at the system and stuff, then you weren't having fun and you had to go cool down. Because the point of the game was to have fun, and if you were not doing that, then there was no reason for you to be playing it. And that's why I find it so weird that people get so upset over video games. Like, they've just completely forgotten what the point of gaming is. Though I really do, with those particular Atari games that are just so unfair, question why they were programmed to be that unfair. Like, why one controller has such a, just why they're like that. Why one controller would have an advantage over another. I'm thinking it was the second player controller that was given the advantage. Oh, also, just fun fact, because I figured this out when I was a kid. If you plug a, you plug an Atari controller into a Sega Genesis, it'll totally work. And if you plug a Sega Genesis controller into an Atari, it'll totally work. They have the same input. But if you are trying to play Batman on Sega Genesis with an Atari controller, you are going to lose bigger than hell because it ain't got enough buttons. It's just one joystick and one button. My videos are going to be all annoying because I've filmed them all over the course of like a week. And it's a week where I was trying to get like deathly ill. So I'm going to be like coughing and hacking and shit. It's going to be like watching Rick and Morty and trying to deal with him, Dr. Sanchez burping everywhere. So that's annoying. I mean, I love that show, but that is aggravating. That nugget sauce wasn't that good, though. I was there for that. It was not that good. I heard they're bringing that back because people like that show so much. Y'all do an episode if people are just gonna cave into fan demands where Dr. Sanchez reveals that his second favorite sauce is Universal Healthcare. Get people pissed about shit that could actually accomplish something. That was such a weird thing for people to, like, obsess over, but McDonald's saw their chance and they took it. Y'all see on the internet there's people, like, lined up trying to get some McNugget sauce. If I worked at one of them McDonald's, I'd have hoarded that sauce because it was going to be rare, and I'd have sold it on eBay. Make $7 an hour or whatever, you ought to be getting some fucking sauce perks. These, you gotta hit diagonally. Well, that messed me up. The music is so happy. I love games like, and also just music, where it's about something horrible, but it's so happy. Like, if you listen to Blitzkrieg Bop, or any song like that, any song that's about something horrible, but it's like the happiest song ever, like, thanks for the memories, even if they weren't that great. I wanna be sedated. I like that juxtaposition of happy music and terrible theme. See, these are annoying because, this is aggravating. If I could get the fairy to come back. There we go. Every time I sit down to play video games, even if I've not been up that long, I start getting super sleepy. Oh, fun fact, it's my grandpa's birthday today, so I was up making cake earlier, for his birthday. I do textile art. Like I do knitting and crocheting and sewing and, just all kinds of embroidery, stuff like that. So I made him a pair of house shoes because he freezes so bad. I've never seen anybody freeze so bad. He's on blood thinners. I don't know if he liked them or not. He acted like he did, but everybody acts like they like stuff. It's impossible to really tell if somebody likes something or not. Especially when you make stuff, it's never a good idea to make gifts. They call it the sweater curse. Because if you make something that takes you a long time and then people like don't wear it for whatever reason, you tend to get pissed off because you're like, I worked so hard on that. Because it's not like buying something. Like it's like a month of your life that you're never going to get back. So you're like, what the fuck, you're going to wear them goddamn slippers? I'm going to come in there and slit your throat at night. And people don't appreciate that. They're like, eh. But I like make all my own clothes and stuff. So it's not like it's, shitty quality. Like it's... My craftsmanship is pretty decent. Ah, these things. I hate these things, so you gotta hoard the damn bombs. I didn't mean to blow both them bombs up, I could've used them. Having fun blowing up the woodland creatures. Palette swap Wario is gonna get me. Nego Wario. Y'all kids watch DuckTales, you know what the Negaverse is? I think they're bringing DuckTales back too, so that's good. Y'all are gonna like it. It's a good show. If they're gonna do that, I wish they'd do Darkwing as well, because like I like Darkwing almost better than I like DuckTales. Because I liked Goslin. And I like the, like the single dad trying to make it. Raising kids is hard. You know, jokes and stuff in that show. I think a lot of people, have really fond memories of cartoons and stuff, and that certain networks are trying to cash in on that. Was the new, Samurai Jack any good? I kept saying I was gonna watch it, and then I never watched it. I like the old one that used to come on when I was little. It came on, like, Toonami. God almighty. Just give me a shit ton of bombs. There we go. I've gotten used, I think, to the controls at this point. I don't know how long I'm gonna play this, because it does just, like, go on. I think it ends at some point. The Super Nintendo one did. But a lot of old games will just loop forever. You can get, like, a Dwarf Fortress thing, where it just goes on and on and on. I bet that's a weird concept to the kids. Games that you can't win because they aren't meant to be won. They're meant to be played until the end of time. Because again, gaming didn't used to be about winning so much as just, is it fun? So sometimes there just literally was no end goal. You just went until you ran out of quarters. Also, there was a time where we didn't need fancy things like, storylines at all. You get the bare minimum when you play for gameplay. I like, stories in video games. But I don't... It's one of those things that is nice, but not necessary. Like, you can sit and play, like, Bejeweled or whatever on your phone for hours and not need a story to go with it. Mobile games or something, ain't they? Like, they are coming right along. Fuckers come out of nowhere. Play Snake back in the day. Tetris. Tetris is a shit. I should play Tetris on here. Tetris is a fun puzzle game. Tetris is one of those games where there's not really like a learning curve, so you just sit down and you play it, and then it's suddenly 3 days later. It's like Sims. It's like specifically made to be played in doctors' waiting rooms. The expired magazine of video games, and that you never intend to play it, but you will. I was hoping that'd be enough for a diamond, but I knew goddamn well it wasn't. Do I even have any yellow? I'm trying to think of any phone games that I like in particular, but like, the thing about that is my phone broke. It's doing this thing where it's like it can't register that I have an SD card in it, regardless of which SD card I put in it. So I'm gonna have to get a new phone, and I just really don't want to. Because it makes calls and stuff fine, and any apps that you can get to install on it, it works fine. It's just the, you can't install much, because it's just internal memory. I might can get it fixed. That'd probably be better than going out and buying a new one I don't need. I would like to have a new one though, just because I'd like to get the camera, the 4K camera on them. Take a lot of pictures. Because of my, I'm trying to kind of start a blog to go along with my textile art. So I need to take some pretty high quality pictures of my art. I do traditional art too, I've always really enjoyed textile art. I actually have some, I forget what they're called, but the things where you draw a picture on YouTube and people watch you, that I'm gonna upload as well. I've already got one of, I think, Girahim up, because I was so mad at Girahim when I drew that. I had to rage draw. channel that anger into art. God, I hate you. Like, how dare he? That's the main point with Yurahim. Like, anything I say about him is just gonna boil down to how dare he. Like, it's one of those things, like, you ever hate somebody bad enough, you're like, look at that bitch over there, breathing air and shit. The hell does he think he is? Got all happy again. If you'd just give me the bombs that I need, I'd be done with this. We could move on with our lives. I'm almost positive her name is Wanda, but then I'm thinking, is that fairy from Fairly Odd Parents? It could be both. It could be a really common fairy name. You see like 12 humans named Ashley. Just be that type of deal. Dave. Wanda could be the Dave of fairy names. Wario, get out of here with your bullshit. I know it's gonna be bullshit. God, I hate that I can't move the diamonds. This is all the green on the board that I got rid of there. That wasn't what I meant to do, but it's fine. I mean, it worked well enough. Sometimes good enough is all I'm aiming for in this life. Oh my god. Things that I could use, but like honestly, anything else. Like, I'm used to not being able to kick, and it's still pissing me off. Oh, he's huge. Leave if you want to live! This is my territory! Your territory's not changing. Like, in the, Super Nintendo version of this, every, like 10 levels or so, you go into a new area. Like, yeah, one would be a forest, but then one would be a castle, and there's just different shit. This is all tree. It's all inside of one tree. And again, that's not necessarily bad, I just was used to it changing, so it's very noticeable. Like, if I had played this one first, I probably wouldn't notice that. But I didn't play this one first, so you get what you get. It's gonna give me a white monster. Yeah. I can't kick! Damn you, palette swap, Wario! 90% of me playing this game is like happy accidents. Just give me a goddamn purple bomb, like for real. Oh, I think, by the way, I've not died, but I think that if you, die, the CR over there is how many extra lives you have. I have no idea what CR stands for. Current something, maybe? Current resources, maybe? I should have waited. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. God, when she screamed like that, it shook the whole damn screen. Give me something good. That's actually useful if I can get it to work. I guess it wasn't really that useful. I missed the little, happy sound. Makes me feel like I did something even when I didn't do a damn thing. Why is that crow forsaking me? I love crows. Crows out by the dumpster, up where I used to work. I go out there and give them my lunch. I give them crackers and bread pieces and stuff. Me and the other, because it was like a accounting office, me and the other people that worked there had like this whole kind of crazy raccoon people from Bob's Burgers, but about these crows. Their leader, as we saw it, this real fat one named Big Billy. They're so cute. Animals are cute. Wonder how he's doing. Probably pretty good. Seriously, like, I get sleepy when I play this, and it's like, there's no reason for me to be sleepy. I'm thinking about, after this, doing Pokemon Yellow. I've been in kind of a Pokemon mood. I had Moon on my Game Boy, my 3DS. But this is seeming to shape, like, this channel is becoming like a retro channel. So I might play Yellow. And see what comes of it. And I might cut this video short here in a minute, because I think it is just going to be, like, more of this. Till the end of time. I don't know how interesting it is for y'all to just sit there and watch me blow shit up. Over and over, the same way. Every time. Because I'm kind of getting... Another reason why I like the, calm mode in the other one is because, you can get bored. And it's not because it's a bad game. I love this game. It's just that it's a puzzle game, so it can get repetitive. Even if it's a really good puzzle game. Because it is just like the same thing over and over. And again, absolutely nothing against Wario's Woods. I love Wario's Woods. But I might cut this video short here in a minute. What am I on? What level am I on? 53? If it's gonna end, it probably ends at 99. I don't know if it would just loop or if it would just keep going after that. And again, the thing is, I don't think I would be this bored or this disappointed were it not for the fact that I played the Super Nintendo one first, and that it was such a superior gaming experience to play that one. And I heartily recommend the game, but I do think that you should just get it on Super Nintendo. And in fact, I think that the one on the Virtual Console is a port of the Super Nintendo. So I don't think I'm alone in this assessment of it being the better one. And again, I am weary to contribute the 100% to just hardware limitations. Because some of the stuff that is just baffling to me is not hardware limitations. Like the pellet swap, or like not being able to lift the diamonds. Like, it would be more difficult to program a game wherein you couldn't lift the diamonds than one where you could. You'd have to set that aside as in a different object that had different interaction. That better not be another. Yeah, I knew that would happen. This game needs a Mario Kart-esque AI system. I'll let that fall. That'll be easier. Why does it keep giving me the damn light blue? I have no use for that. At all. I've got nothing light blue to kill. Like, not even a little bit. Like, here's a dark blue monster, but I still ain't got nothing light blue. Say what you will, man, but Nintendo knows their damn puzzle games. You get this shit, you get to Dr. Mario, you're, like, set. That one Dr. Mario on the 3DS where they got, like, the L-shape pills and shit, like, the hell is that? How does one even take that medication? Dr. Luigi, that's what that was. That's not Dr. Mario, but still. It's medicine I don't need for diseases I don't have. I don't know, like, should I keep going? I'm gonna keep going up until the next, cutscene. I'm kinda curious, because there's cutscenes, if that's ever gonna play out in any way. I thought that might do something, but I miscalculated. Really? I didn't get a diamond for that? I think it's the music is so soothing. I think that's what why I'm getting sleepy. Oh, that worked out well. If I had someone who would want to play like this 20-year-old game 2-player with me, I'd test out the verses. But I'd say it's just gonna be more than this. And without the backgrounds, again, that can add to the repetitive feel. No! I want a diamond for no particular reason. Wow. Damn it. At least she's not throwing in a bunch of light bombs, which she very well could have. Money! Well, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. If I lose, also, I might just quit, because, as I said before, it's just getting kind of repetitive. I might do what the youngins call the rage quit, where it's like you lose and then you can't control your rage because your, like, self-worth is tied to your skill at a video game. So I might do that. Oh. I guess I'm not gonna lose then, because that makes it almost impossible. If this one's blue, it'll just... yeah. Well... I guess I won't get to rage quit then. Maybe if I threaten the game with quitting, it'll do, like, start giving me really good power-ups and shit. Maybe it's haunted, like a creepypasta, but instead of wanting to hurt me, it just wants to be played. It's just been so neglected because it came out so late in the NES's lifespan that it just will do anything to keep you playing. It's like, please! Play me! And it's like, I would, honey, but I could just go to the NES and play the same game, but better. I mean, the SNES. The controls are more responsive, too. I mentioned before, like, the, when you're playing a Super Nintendo game, and it's not just this one, it's any Super Nintendo game, there's a slight lag between when you push the button and when your character actually responds. In a puzzle game such as this one, where time is of the essence, that can be kind of aggravating as well. But again, that's not this game's fault at all. Like, even a little bit. There's no way that could be attributed. So many bunnies. Too many bunnies. This game is called Too Many Bunnies. Useless diamond. No! To give me a diamond for something I literally only have like one bomb for. I'll probably get another critter now though. Oh, maybe not. I feel like it's getting easier as I go. And it's a puzzle game, so I didn't really feel like there was a learning curve, so it can't be that I'm getting better. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't even know that doubling up does anything in this game. If you can get rid of most of the special critters, the one that take special things to kill, then the level is suddenly, it gets like 1,000 times easier. It's like being back on the first levels. Wario will knock me out of it though. This is so trippy too. Like this particular shade of purple is like a Lisa Frank folder. Lisa Frank purple. Huh. I forgot that would be white. Alright, just give me a green, it'll be fine, we'll go home. 58 or round? 58th round? Let's see, what else is going on that I can talk about, because we're running out of stuff. I like the sprite art. Makes really good use of that limited color palette. And still does what it needs to do. So that's good. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted. So let's just say fuck it. Why am I sleepy? I got plenty of sleep. Toad's like bright red for some reason, so we'll just... That's a thing. Let's take all these whites and put them down there. See if that does anything. I want to use this bomb, though, so it won't be there in case I get back with that crow. Y'all, quit it. Green? I guess I can work with green. That's as good as anything else. I don't want to get in a situation where I get a green bomb. See what this does. Really? Oh, because of that one blue bomb flying down. Alright. You know what I was not very good at? Because I've mentioned that I was pretty good at... well... Good work, Mushroom! You've done very well! But I'll beat you now! And then we go to the exact same thing, with no increased difficulty. First-person shooters. I wasn't particularly good at. I know I said I used to play Halo, but I never got, like, that great at it. My brother was really good at those. Even when he was a little kid, he was pretty good at them. I dislike first-person games in general, like even games that wouldn't be considered shooters, like BioShock. Still not a huge fan of. I feel like I can't see. I feel very limited. One of my best friends really wanted me to play that. Is it Outlast? I can't remember the name of it. The one with Ed Gein in it. She really wanted me to play that. It's like one of her favorite games, and I just, like, I don't know. I'm not good at first-person games. I feel like I can't see. And people love them, so it's not that the development is bad. I mean, it's not that people genuinely can't see. It's just that I don't know. Just I am bad at them, personally. If people, like, requested it and gave me money, like if I had, like, a Patreon or something, somebody was like, hey, you should play BioShock, I'd try it, and you could watch me suffer through it. I don't think that's something that anyone's particularly interested in, though. Like, is it fun to watch someone do something that they, struggle with? I can see how it could be. If you watch people improve at things, that's pretty fun. Or like just if they're horrible people and they make a bad decision, that's kind of funny. It's good to see someone get their comeuppance. I didn't mean to do that. And with BioShock, it sucks too, because I've heard those games have really, really good stories. One, two, infinite. Sure would be nice if I could breathe. What's that gonna give me? Ah, hell. Well, I'll take it. Should I really just keep going through another 40 levels of this? I'm gonna. You don't have to watch it. But I think I might do that just to see what happens. I'm curious about the cutscenes. Cutscenes got me curious. If I get to 99 and that's not the end, though, I'm gonna be so pissed. Like, y'all ain't seen pissed. I'm gonna be pissed like a... Because I'll have sat through all this. And you're not seeing this, in real time. Because I'm not posting them the day I play them. Because I go through and I edit them, like edit the beginning and ends off of them and stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna make it that far. I might fall asleep. I'm gonna have to go make me some coffee. Oh, why did I do that? I could just do this. Don't you fall in that hole, you blue sumbitch. You see me trying to do something? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I am like falling asleep. I might make this into 2 separate videos of me going through this, because it's also been a while. It's been like an hour and a half, and I didn't notice that. I've been sitting here playing this shit for an hour and a half. That's what these puzzle games do to you. They suck you in. They're like a goddamn cult. I told my friend I was gonna talk to her in a minute. At like 9:30, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a video and I'll call you back after that. And then I've been sitting here. I wonder if she's pissed. Probably, if I had to guess. Yeah, probably not. She's cool. But goddamn, it's easy to get sucked into them. You don't realize how easy until you get sucked. Oh my Jesus. I ain't doing that until I get a pink. Okay. That's fair enough, I guess, on the goddamn other side of the fucking board. Look at that shit. Can't move the damn diamonds. Something else. Because I know when I say I would like to play BioShock, but I'm not good at it, people will say, well, you can get on YouTube and watch a Let's Play. I can't. I don't know how y'all watch that. It's not my cup of tea. I appreciate you watching these, but I've never been able to do that. I've never been able to watch other people play. The only video game I've ever been able to watch other people play and not, like, get irrationally angry about is The Sims. And that's, I think, because the playstyles can be so different for that. There's not, like, one cannot really win or lose The Sims. It just is. Sims is like an experience. And not really so much a video game. These things look like Angel from Neon Genesis Evangelion. What's gonna destroy it? Ah, hell. These things are aggravating. What woodland creature are these supposed to be? Motherfuck. Oh my god. See, this is an ordeal. I need one more white. Come on. Let's get this done. Let's get this over with. I'm gonna go to 70. Because I'm on 64. I'll be on 64 once I walk through here. And then I'm gonna turn it off and take me a break and make a cup of coffee and try to get, like, figure out what I'm doing with my life. Because I had some shit I had to do tonight, and I got sucked into this Wario's Woods, like, again, cult. Not shit I need right now. Thought it was gonna be like a 15-minute or like an hour at most. Like, the other one I made, the Super Nintendo one. But no, this... You don't leave Wario's Woods, it's like the Mafia. Come on, Toad. And when I say that, it makes me want to get through them like really, really fast, and I feel like it makes me make mistakes and I go faster if I hadn't been trying to go so fast. Also, I want to bring back like old gamer songs, but they're all copyrighted. Pinball Wizard and Pac-Man Fever and shit. But, y'all should go listen to those. They're funny as hell. I think Pinball Wizard was a movie. Oh my god. That not being able to kick, kicking my ass. Give me a green. Green! See if this works out as well as that did. Or if I put them in the wrong order. Yeah, I put them in the wrong order. But that's okay, because I can do this. Should've let that fall before I did that. God, so sleepy. It's not just a little bit sleepy either, like I get to where my eyes are burning level sleepy. What the hell is that? Like, why is that a thing that happens to me? And no one else. Exclusively me. Nah. I think this will be enough to get a diamond and get all this shit out the way. That's fine, actually. That's nothing here is really, there's not enough of any one thing to worry about. I wish you wouldn't give me bombs for shit that I don't need, though, because it's gonna pile up. Just green or white. There we go. Well, I mean, she has no choice now. It's programmed to only drop colors based on what's actually on the board. But if you got one bomb, you have to drop more stuff of that color. These fuckers. I'm not gonna try to do, like, doubles and shit with these, because I just want to get them, I want to kill them and have them be dead and gone. Get them out of my way. And when he drops more of them, it pisses me off. Oh, I'm so sleepy. I need coffee. I need to get my fix. I need to get my caffeine on. It's October, so soon the coffee houses are gonna start having their pumpkin stuff. I love that shit. I love pumpkin shit, like, in general. Like, I love me some, like, pumpkin rolls and shit. That's why I was, like, so offended earlier. I was talking about that, pumpkin and the other Wario's would not being right. Get your pumpkin-based shit together, Nintendo. It's not how pumpkins work. It's gonna be so bitter if you do it that way, is the reason. Like, it's gonna be super, super bitter. You don't need it. You don't need it to be that bitter. I just wanted him out of the way. I know that seemed counterintuitive. But it's just I've only got the one blue, and it's gonna take every goddamn thing to get rid of it. There we go, another one. That's super useful if I can get the stuff on it. I just feel like I'm going through the motions. Like, I don't feel like I'm playing a game right now. I feel like I'm just pushing buttons. Waiting on stuff to happen. But I really want to get to level 70 because I said I would, mostly, because I set that goal for myself. Talking about that pumpkin coffee earlier. I remember one time I was on a message board, and I don't remember what for. I guess for crafting or something. But some random person was like, you shouldn't. Was like trying to make fun of me for liking pumpkin flavored coffee, and I was like, what the fuck does it matter to you what kind of coffee I drink? It was a really odd experience. It was like, they really, really wanted something, I guess, to make fun of me for, and couldn't find anything, so they were like, yeah, I like a different flavor coffee than you, and I'm like, alright. When I was younger, I had a really hard time, figuring out when people were making fun of me, because, if something doesn't make, like, logical sense, it's difficult for me to understand it. I think I was talking, earlier about how I'm very, like a math-based person. So, if you want to insult me, it has to... And you want me to understand that it's an insult and not just like a comment. It has to be something that makes sense. And you don't like the same flavor coffee as me is not an insult. It's just like a fact. So that was weird. Because it was said in the tone of one who was insulting someone, but it was about what flavor of coffee I liked, and it was really, really weird. I don't know. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do. I don't tend to drink, like, coffee house coffees. I have a lot of, like, ethical problems with certain coffee houses, especially the way that their, like, beans are sourced. A lot of them use, like, straight up slave labor. It's real fucked up. But I do drink way too much coffee. My kidneys are just gonna fucking shut down. One of these days. And my teeth. Both my kidneys and my teeth. I go to the dentist, because I have 4 teeth, and, the dentist will look at my teeth and be like, why are you drinking so much coffee? Why are you eating so much candy? And, like, I don't normally have to tell adults not to do this shit. And I'm like, mind your business, it's my teeth. And then I get mad because it hurts so bad when your teeth rot out. And you warned me. Like, it's 100% my stupidity. But I guess that's just, like, the public service announcement of the day. If you drink a shit ton of coffee, your teeth will rot out and it'll hurt real, real bad. And if they have to pull it, and, you get, like, called an abscess, you ain't never felt pain like that. It's like the worst. And it pisses me off because, yeah, I do drink a lot of coffee, and yeah, I do eat, like, a lot of candy, like, but I take really, aside from that, I take really good care of my teeth. I'm, like, the only person I know that flosses, and yet, my teeth are the ones that are bad. So that's bullshit. Has absolutely nothing to do with Wario's Woods. I'm just running out of things to talk about. It's better now, by the way. I had the dental surgery and I got it fixed and it's fine. I think they said the acid in coffee is what's bad for your teeth. And it's not like an overnight thing. You're not gonna drink like 1 cup of coffee and then your teeth rot out. It's just I'm old and I've been doing it since high school. I've been drinking coffee and those bad habits, they add up. You think they don't. You think, well, nothing's happened in 20 years, so it's not gonna happen, and you'd be wrong. Ding dong, you'd be wrong. Oh wow, that's a lot of white. I don't know why I told y'all about my bad tooth. It's not something anybody wants to know. But it's out there now, I'm not editing it. I'm sure glad that's in the past. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? I didn't get no gold for that. You know what's good for flossing is those, I get these little, like, floss on a sticks. I like those better than the, like the big paper flosses. Because then if you're out, because I floss, like, a lot. Like if I go out to eat, I will floss after I eat. And those tend to, if you're, like, wearing makeup, they don't mess it up the way that floss, like stringed floss does. String floss messes your makeup up. Because you gotta get, like, way up inside your mouth. He acts like he's gonna go away, and then he pushes the thing like a jackass. Social media is weird. Thinking about that coffee person again. And I think a lot of it is, 'cause like my grandma loves her some Facebook. I think a lot of social media is just people not minding their business. I really do. Like, that's why I don't use it a lot. Like, people really will be like, you drink the wrong kind of coffee, you, I don't know, go to the wrong church, you do whatever wrong, and it's like, mind your business. And they'll put pictures of people up, too, and it's like, if somebody don't want their picture up, leave them alone. Alright. Oh my god, he's giant. So you beat my monsters. Well, keep it coming. You're not beating me! Okay, we're gonna pause here and end this video because I'm half asleep. I'm having a real rough time. And I gotta... Excuse me. I gotta put new floor down in my bathroom. So I gotta go in there and, like, move all the furniture and stuff. So... I'm gonna drink a cup of coffee and then probably start moving that, and then I will be back, because I want to see what the hell happens. I want to see if those cutscenes mean anything. I am intrigued by the NES version of Wario's Woods, and I'm wondering if it just goes on forever. Just absolutely forever and never ends, like an old arcade game. Space Invaders. That tank game. From back in the day. Like one of those, because I don't know, because there's cutscenes. I don't think there's cutscenes even in the, like, Infinity mode of the Super Nintendo one. So we're going to check that out. We're going to see if that's the case when I come back to play more Wario's Woods. I am Takocos. If you guys like watching, old people get frustrated with video games, because they just go on too goddamn long and people got shit to do, and you would like to see more, you can subscribe. If you don't, you gotta hit this, like, little bell thing on it, though, because if you don't, it won't tell you when I put a new video up. So I am very confused as to why that's a thing, because it seems like before, when you subscribed, it would tell you. So I don't know what that's about. But y'all have a great night, and I'm gonna be back here in a little bit after I wake up some to play me some more Wario's Woods. I'm Takocos. This is Wario's Woods NES, and you guys have a great night. Bye-bye.